Yes, sir.
Doc, over here.
I see your hand,
All right. Go ahead.
little fella.
Obviously, we were all focused on Chris Paul coming back, but this guy named Austin Rivers had a pretty good game. Can you talk about how he played for you tonight?
It was great. I mean, it was needed. You know, he was just very aggressive, and that's what we've been telling him to do, and he was that. I thought it started with his defensive rebounding, honestly, and that got him into the game. But it was important, really, because, you know, it allowed us to keep CP at the minutes. You know, that was huge for us. So, in a lot of ways, the scoring and all that was great. We love it. But the big picture was we allowed CP to get back in this series now, feel comfortable, and not overextend himself. So all that was great.
Doc, during that stretch, we heard Chris tell you it's okay to be a dad.
Yeah.
You tried to avoid that. Was it hard during that stretch to see your son have that kind of a game?
Yeah, I mean, you want him to do well, but like I keep saying, they're all my sons, you know, and I really believe that. Like if Lester or Matt had done the same thing, I'd have been proud, you know, because I see all of them do the work. And so good for him. He knows the way I think, though. We got another game, and you just got to be ready for the next game.
Doc, Harden first went to the line in the third quarter. How significant was it to keep him off?
Huge. I think you saw all game, every time he drove, you saw our guys, you know, pulling their hands back, and they had the discipline to do that. We didn't do it at all the last game. We kept reaching, and how Harden is so good at attacking your arms and your hands. You know, even the foul on CP, I don't know if it was a foul, you can see CP was trying to get his hands back because he's that good at it. And so I thought our guys did a much better job tonight than we did the other night.
Dan? Two questions. How did you think Chris looked? And then secondly, Blake had, I think, 7 turnovers. Did you feel like he was trying to do too much, maybe?
Yeah, I thought not too much. I thought our spacing was poor, you know. Then if you watch in the first 2 games, when we got the ball to Blake, everybody was running away. We kept running towards him, bringing an extra guy. And that's something we clearly can fix because the turnovers hurt us tonight. I thought CP looked okay. I didn't think he looked great. And I thought that as the game went on, he got more comfortable.
Doc, back row to your left. Scott, are you able to enjoy what Austin's doing out there as a father in an emotional sense at all, or you just have to be locked in?
Yeah, you have to be locked in. I mean, I would love to enjoy it. You enjoy it a little bit, but not really. I mean, I'm so focused on the game. You know, even when CP said that, it was like, you know, white noise to me. You know, we need him, and we needed him tonight, and he was good. And that's, you know, probably later I'll be more excited about it. But then, right when I turn the film on, I'll be back already thinking about the next game.
Can you kind of talk through from the moment the trade happened and all that surrounded that, and the father-son relationship all the way through this now to hearing his name being chanted at the Staples Center? What is that whole process?
You know, honestly, I don't hear the noise anyway. So you know me by now. I don't know what's been said. I don't care, and we did it for the right reasons, and you know, so that was good. So besides that, you know, hearing the fans cheer your son's name is cool. Hearing the fans cheer any of your players' name is really cool. That usually means something good is happening in the game. And I know it sounds stark, but that's really where I am mentally with all this, you know, because I think you have to be.
With Austin going off the way he did, how much pressure does it take off of Chris Paul in a series for you?
It was huge tonight, you know, and I didn't care who went off. I just knew it wasn't going to be CP tonight. So it was Jamal, Jay, we didn't care. The fact it was Austin was great, and it was needed. Tonight was really important for one of our guards to have that night because, again, it really allowed CP to just kind of ease into this.
Doc, staying on that subject, 15 of Austin's points came in the last 4 minutes and 7 seconds in the third quarter. You guys go from a 6-point lead to a 23-point lead.
Yeah.
Was anything in particular going through your mind right at that time when that was happening?
Attack. You know, I've been around him enough to know that much. You know, he's always been a streaky like that, and you know, actually, he the play before halftime where he stepped out of bounds. I felt like, oh boy, I haven't seen him that aggressive and do that in a long time. And I turned to one of our coaches and said, we need him to, I told Sam, keep him in that mode because he hadn't done that. You know, that little step back, whatever that thing is. And I liked that you could see his confidence was that he was going to do it. Now, I didn't know he was going to do that in the second half, but that was a good sign for me.
Dan, go ahead.
You said CP just played okay to you, but just what does his presence mean? The fact that he came and gutted it out. And
he played great, but I'm just saying his movement looked okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought his passing in the beginning of the game set the tone for us. You know, you could see, you know, CP is one of the greatest passers ever, and I thought he set the tone for our movement.
Did you feel like Chris looked a little better in that second half? He seemed to have a lot more energy coming out the gate.
Yeah, they cut it to 3. You remember we called that timeout, and the game changed from that point on. And I thought CP just decided we're going to go get this. And I thought that was the step where, to me, his confidence told him he can play again. That stretch from whenever the timeout was to the stretch that we got the lead, that changed the game for us, but more important, I thought that stretch changed CP. I don't know what happened there, you know, but he was good from that point on.
Hey, Doc, what did you guys do in that third quarter to hold Deloitte to one shot?
Not much. I mean, we're just playing our defense. We didn't have any game plan changes, to be honest, and I didn't even know that until you just said that, so I'm not sure.
What was the overall approach?
Try to, force him out of the block. Try to deny his catches on the post without him getting behind you, and then defending him. But he's been effective.
So Blake picks up 2 fouls early in the game, and you guys go to Spencer, I think, for just the 4th time.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, and he responds. He hits that shot.
He played great. He was great.
Mm-hmm.
I told my coaches this morning, I have a gut. I'm going to play Spencer. I have no idea why. I like the fact that he can space the floor for us. I thought our poor spacing in game 3 or game 2 hurt us, and I thought if we could play Spencer, he can add to the space on the floor, and that's exactly what he did. So really happy for him. More importantly, because he's been a pro. He's prepared every day like he was going to play, and when we threw him in, he was ready to play. So I was happy with that.
Last question.
Doc, I know you already spoke to keeping Harden off the line, how important that was, but generally speaking, you guys kept the Rockets as a whole off the line. What does that do for you guys to be able to keep them from shooting so many?
Well, it is misleading because we do the hack or whatever, and so that's the last game. That attributed a lot of the foul shots, and then we had dumb fouls. Tonight, I was just happy that we didn't have the silly ones. And they drive, they attack, and it's such a temptation to reach. And the fact that we're doing a pretty good job of pulling our hands back has been very good for us. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. We've got Coach McHale on his way.